Well, Blues, I picked a really good time, haven't I, to start a new Manchester City fan channel. I think I should have started this about 8 years ago, but hey ho, we're in a perfect storm at the moment, and I think maybe we are at the end of a cycle. A new Blues will be wondering what's hit them. Any fans that have, like young fans or new fans that have come and joined the party, like, for the last 10 years, will seriously wonder what's hit them. I, as an older Blue, can reflect on the fact that we've been absolutely amazing in the last few years. So, I'm trying to be very balanced on this channel. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a very, very bad loser. Very bad loser. And yesterday really, really stung. But, like I say, on this channel, you're not going to get any knee-jerk reactions. I'm not going to be calling players out. I'm guessing the channels that will do really well are the channels that, I've got, crisis, what we got, I mean, again, I'm going to mention Blue Moon. So Blue Moon has a section for a post-game analysis. If City win 6-0, that'll be about 25 pages long. If we lose, which we don't very often, that will have about 75 pages in the first hour or two. There's so many more people want to complain than people who just, want to be positive and congratulate the team. So, like I say, no knee-jerk reactions. Let's just have a little look. It's not me a long video, this one today. Not an awful lot to say. If you watch the game, then, you could see it with your own eyes. But let's just have a quick rundown. I mean, we're getting outrun and outfought in the midfield, aren't we? And one of Pep Guardiola's kind of prime principles was always, if you lose the ball, which we didn't an awful lot, we're going back now a few seasons, but we didn't an awful lot. But when we lost the ball, there was this was it like a 15, 20-second rule? You have to win the ball back. And if we lost the ball, you'd have 2 or 3 players on the ball. Track the ball. Where is it? We've lost it. Win that ball back. That's not happening at the moment. And we're not winning our 50-50 balls. I don't really want to bring luck into it, but we're not getting the rub of the green, are we? I mean, I watched Match of the Day last night, and an unmentionable team. I don't want to mention any other teams' names on this channel, but an unmentionable team. So there was a 50-50 ball on the halfway line. The away team had pushed right up, and that 50-50 ball bounced so nicely for the striker of the team that I don't want to mention. And it was like De Bruyne, in his prime, had played the perfect pass. And this player of the opposition team, who I don't want to mention, it was a free goal for him. He just ran onto it, sprinted down the right-hand side, put the ball in the back of the net, and then went and sat on the advertising hoardings with a big smile on his face. And I thought, you know what, mate? You may well smile because you really got the rub of the green there. Really got the rub of the green. We're not getting that at the moment. And it's not a violins out again, because football is, well, we all know football. You need certain amounts, you need equal amounts of, skill, technical ability, hard work, good grafting, tacklers. But you need a slice of luck as well. And we're not getting that at the moment. And, quite a few of the shots that we're having, or headers that we're having, the opposing keeper's having an outstanding game. I mean, how many games have we seen where the man of the match is their keeper or their centre half? All these blocks, they throw the kitchen sink in front of the ball, don't they, to stop it. I thought we started really well. To my mind, when it kicked off and the first 20-25 minutes, I thought, right, here we go. This is where it's going to turn round. We were quicker to the ball. When we got the ball, we were moving it quicker. Haaland's goal was kind of typical City, really, wasn't it? You know, they'd pushed up. Kovacic picked that ball up and put the perfect pass through. Again, it could have been a Kevin De Bruyne pass. Kovacic put that ball through. And once Haaland has got his head down and running, you kind of know that there's a high percentage that he will score. And he did do. And I thought, right, we just need that second goal now to kill them off. And once again, it didn't come. Second half, they came out and they were winning everything. They were first to the ball. You know, even the 50-50 balls, we won very, very few 50-50 balls. And that's been one of our real strong points over the years is, you know, stretching that leg out and winning that ball, you know, like last-ditch tackles that, you know, and the ball then pings off for De Bruyne or Haaland to run onto or whatever. So yeah, another defeat, 2-1 away at Brighton. Before the game kicked off, I was sat watching it with my grandsons and my son-in-law and my daughter, and I kind of said, we need to win this game today. There are no ifs or buts. We need to win this game today. If what we've seen is a little blip, and every team has them every season, and it might still be a blip. Who knows? You know, we've had bad little runs in a season before now and gone on to win the league. This time, I kind of feel like I keep talking about a perfect storm, and there are so many things at the moment that I think are adding up to us maybe not winning any trophies this season. And I was going to say that's fine. It's not fine. But once again, I'm going to say I don't want to become an entitled supporter. And my word, have we got some entitled supporters at the moment. I mean, some of the comments are bonkers, you know. I mean, like, Walker, he can F off. What? You're talking about the Kyle Walker who saved so many goals for us, literally with his speed and his ability. He saved so many goals. He's been the reason why we've won trophies. You know, people digging out Haaland. I mean, come on. You know, some of these fans need to go away and give their head a wobble because, I mean, some of the comments at the moment, absolutely ridiculous. I mean, there is another thing in football. Sometimes players lose the mojo a little bit, and sometimes it's a good thing for them to get a move somewhere else, play under a different manager, play a different tactic and formation, and it rejuvenates the career. So maybe that's a thing. I don't know. Like I say, no knee-jerk reactions. I'm just knocking about a few ideas. And the perfect storm that I'm talking about, I think it is a perfect storm. We've got the 115 charges. That's coming to an end, I think. So we should get some inclination. I mean, maybe... Because, I mean, obviously the barristers who are working on behalf of City will be feeding information back to the hierarchy at City. Now, whether there's rumours knocking about that that's gone badly, or I don't know, I'm not sure. The APT case, which is still rumbling on, you know, there's an emergency meeting of the Premier League now, 22nd of November, to discuss it all. That's got to be getting into players' heads. It's got to be. You know, it doesn't matter if you're earning £300,000 a week. You know, these things, you know, they're human beings after all. And then there's the whole, I've spoken about this before, I'm repeating myself now, but if there's one criticism I would make of City at the moment, it's come out with a positive or a negative on Pep Guardiola's contract. Say something. Liverpool last year, they announced Klopp was going early and that Slot was coming in. And at the time, I thought, well, that's not a great move, is it really? Because are these players now going to just down tools and say, oh, well, we like working for Jurgen Klopp, so, and we don't know this new fella. No, they didn't. They cracked on, and now it's proving dividends. The top of the league, they're 5 points ahead of us. So maybe the fact that Guardiola is keeping stum about his the decision on his contract. I mean, it could go either way at the moment, couldn't it? I mean, if we have a bad season and this run continues, I don't think Guardiola will want to leave on a sour note. I think he will want to leave, on a top note. And that may still happen. We've all seen Manchester City in the last few seasons where you think, with a couple of months of the season to go, we're 8 points behind. We've got no chance. But and then we go on and win the Premier League. Who knows? I mean, at this moment in time, the Champions League is looking way beyond us. I mean, we couldn't even beat Sporting in the week. So, but yeah, I do think. I mean, we haven't spoken about the injury situation that we've got, but I just wonder at the moment whether, you see, in the past when we've had a little bit of a bad run. You've heard these rumblings of Fernandinho getting hold of the squad, and just reading the right act to them, like really top captains, and leaders. I mean, Kyle Walker's come out this morning and he's kind of said, it's up to us senior players now well, I don't know. I mean, Walker isn't having the greatest of times with us at the moment, and that, I'm not digging him out. I'm just saying he's getting older. He's losing a yard of pace, and that's fine. I kind of keep wanting to say these things are fine. They're not really, but it's football. Maybe we do need to go out in quite a few positions. Well, we know we need to go out and sign some fresher players. But that's not helping. But I do think the Guardiola situation is causing us massive problems. City are a unique club. Because we, unlike the likes of Real Madrid, who've got massive history. So if you said to the next wonder kid, do you want to go and sign for Real Madrid? Then they would jump at the chance. Doesn't really matter who the manager is because they've got that massive history. They always sign the best managers. They've got that inbuilt history and momentum that just carries them through. We've seen them in the Champions League. Even if they're not doing that well, they will motor on. There's something there, isn't there? I think City were getting a bit of that. But our recent history, we have got history. A lot of the opposing fans would say we haven't got history. Well, I'm an older blue and I know we have got history. I mean, my dad was at a cup final before I was born, so we have got history. But when you look at the situation with City and, we have got history, the recent history is amazing. But we're not a Real Madrid, are we? We're not at that level yet. What I'm talking about, not talking footballing wise, I'm talking about mentality of players wise. So at the moment, I'm guessing if we went in for the next world-class player as a DM or a right back or a whatever, a second striker, that all these positions that we need. If we go in for a player, are we at the point yet where they're going to say, I want to sign for Manchester City? Because they're just winners. They win everything. They've just got that. I don't think we're quite there yet. And I think the first question will be, who's going to be the manager? Because if it's Guardiola, I've heard great things. I want to come and play for him. If it's not Guardiola, who's it going to be? Have you got any ideas in mind? Well, they may or may not have. But you can see where I'm going with that. Players at the moment are, I'm sure, if we went in for somebody in January or next summer, I mean, by next summer it might all be sorted anyway. We might know who the next manager is. It might still be Guardiola. Who knows? But I honestly feel like that is one of the main contributing factors to why we're not doing so well. There is a massive reason why we won 4 Premier Leagues on the bounce. And we had Guardiola as manager, and his control of games is unsurpassed, really. But that momentum and that reliability that he was going to be there next season and the season afterwards, great momentum. We don't have that now because we don't know what he's doing. And like I say, I find it absolutely bonkers that somebody's not coming out and just giving us a little clue as to what's happening with that. Maybe the players know. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe he's had a word with them. But anyway, I digress. Well, I don't digress really, but, you know, it's a 2-1 loss away from home. 4 losses on the bounce now. Not great. And when you look at the fixture list that's coming up, we've got Tottenham, we've got Liverpool, we've got United, even Palace away. Palace away is always quite a tough tie. And well, how are we going to get 3 points out of that game? You know, last season, the season before that, yeah, 100%. Now I'm not so sure. We really do need to get some of these players back from injury and start taking the game by the scruff of the neck, like we did, you know, last night in the first 25-30 minutes. But I don't know. It's a difficult one. I've not got any answers. Nobody has, because we don't really know what's going on in players' minds. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I think there's something there. Like I say, it's a perfect storm, and there's a lot of things adding up at the moment to the fact that we're just not competitive on the field. We're just not. And you know, we lapse back into that slow build-up, this tippy-tappy football that doesn't really get us anywhere. I don't know. Okay, Blues. Until the next time, we have another bonkers international break again now. I mean, no wonder the players are calling out for, you know, playing less games, because the last thing we need at the moment is an international break. I mean, Grealish apparently is going to the England camp when he's not played for City for weeks. I don't know. I mean, answers on a postcard. You know, we had Akanji and Ake on the bench yesterday. Are they going to go to their international teams as well and maybe play 90 minutes in a couple of games and then come back to City and not play because they're carrying a bit of a knock? Again, you know, perfect storm. All right, well, until next time, Blues, keep your chin up, keep supporting the Blues, keep cheering them on. Don't dig players out, because again, you know, if you start digging players out, and believe me, these players will read. They will read all of these comments. They'll know what the fans are thinking, and that's not good psychologically for them either, is it? Okay, we'll see you very shortly for, and I think the next video will probably be going down memory lane, and I'm going to do a series of videos where I reminisce a bit about my younger days following City and the games that really shaped my early Manchester City, fan career, if you will. We'll see you very shortly.